Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters. Now I'm with you to answer your questions. So if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer your questions. Yes. I wish you benefited from the lecture and we're still going to speak a lot about a lot of things, inshallah, that would that would make you interested in the. This is the poem. You can get it from computer. You just get it from internet. It's not so long. It's 19 lines, 19 verses or lines. But inshallah, when we're going to speak in details, it'll be interesting and all of us will benefit from us. So actually, when you get it out of your computer, you can write your notes here. Look how, and you can benefit from this copy. It's a very interesting copy, published in year 1433, which is July 2012. Okay, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sister Noor al-Huda. Wa alaikum assalam wa barakatuh. Okay, wa alaikum. Could you repeat the book that mentions the acts that lead to forgiveness? Yes. Bayan let me see. The book is called شفاء الأسقام بلوغ القصد شفاء الأسقام في ما يكفر ما تقدم وما تأخر من الذنوب والآثام. شفاء الأسقام بما يكفر ما تقدم وما تأخر من الذنوب والآثام. Yes. I think it's published again with anyway, بلوغ القصد والمرام is published again. Yes. How did the Sheikh pass away? He just got sick and he passed away. Nothing, just got sick, subhanAllah, and he passed away. That's it. Can you clarify how one can be a Sufi and have an Athari creed? Well, that's not only lots of Hanbalis in the history, not even Hanbalis and Shafi'is were Athari in creed and on the same time were Sufis. Like, for example, Ibn Abi Dawood al-Sijistani. He was Sufi. He was even considered a Shaykh al-Sufiya, and he was Athari. Abu Ismail Ansari, he was very strict in his Athari creed, but on the same side, he was Sufi. He was known. He's the one who wrote the book that is called Manazil al-Sa'irin, and Ibn Qayyim made his commentary on it in 3 volumes, Madarij Salikin. And lots of Hanbalis and Shafi'is were like that. So there's no conflict between being Athari in your creed and Sufi in your acts. Yeah, it says that's in trusting. And that's an interesting question. I would like to know it too. No one says that all Ash'aris. Look, let me just tell you something. Most Malikis in the history, in the beginning Malikis, look, now the beginning Malikis who were Imam Malik and his students, and the old Malikis of Andalusia were Atharis, and they were strict even against Sufis and all innovations. But later on, Malikis remained strict against innovations like Abu Bakr al-Tartushi, like Imam Ahmad Zarruq, like Ibn al-Hajj, like others who wrote a lot of books in these types of things. But they were Ash'aris, like Shatibi, rahimahullah. They were Ash'aris, and they were strict against Sufis. You could find very harsh fatwa against the Sufis. And you can find that in the encyclopedia of Al-Wansharisi, Al-Mi'yar Al-Mu'rib. So therefore, these are in their jurisprudence, in their acts, etc. They're very strict. They're considered, even the Salafis depend on their books. But in their creed, they were Ash'aris, like Imam al-Qadi Iyad, like Imam al-Khabbab, all these scholars. On the other side, we have lots of Hanbalis and Shafi'is that were very strict in their Athari creed, but they were easy in the Sufi acts and stuff like that. They were easy in lots of in these stuff, so they weren't strict against the Sufi acts. So therefore, Sufi and Ash'ari is not always connected with each other. It's not always connected with each other. No, that's not true. Not any Sufi has to be an Ash'ari, and not any Ash'ari has to be a Sufi. The same thing, not all Maturidis are Sufis, and not all Hanafis are Maturidis actually. Or Sufis. So actually, a lot of Hanafis were strict against Sufi acts. They even have lots of fatwas that are strict. But they're Maturidis because Hanafis, most of them who are considered as Sunnah are Maturidis. Or else they are either Mu'tazilites or Karramiyya. They follow Muhammad ibn Karram al-Sijistani. Yes. Okay, Brother Amin says, I have a question out of this Sharh of Ibn Ashir. His Sharh of Ibn Ashir. Numerous Kettanis have shuruh on Ibn Ashir. Can you verify? I found these. Muhammad Ja'far Kettani, Fath al-Fattah, al-Mubin, wal-Nur, والضياء المعين. حاشية الشيخ أحمد بن جعفر الكتاني. نجوم المهتدين. السيارة. الأنجم. الهداية السيارة. حاشية الشيخ الإمام جعفر بن إدريس الكتاني on Introduction to Miyara. Khatam Ahmad ibn Ja'far Kettani. Yes, all those, yeah, but no one of those are published. No book of those is published, actually. My brother told me that the commentary of Imam Muhammad Ja'far Kettani is complete. I never saw it, but it needs to be it needs to be published, and somebody has to work on it. This is what I think. But no book of those books is published, no. Okay, Brother Salim says, Al-Imam, rahimahullah, pray on the Shafi'i madhab and يتوضأ on the Maliki madhab. He can do that because he was mujtahid. Mujtahid mutlaq? No, he wasn't mujtahid mutlaq. And he never claimed that he's mujtahid. He never claimed that he's mujtahid. He studied in al-Qarawiyyin, and then he studied more and more when he read a lot of books. And he used to give lectures, especially when he went to Hijaz and Syria, where there are the four madhahib. So he used to give his lectures by all the four madhahib, because people there are not all Malikis actually. So you have to, and he studied, and he used to give his lecture on Musnad al-Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal, which means that he used to make a commentary on Musnad al-Imam Ahmad. When you grow up, you meet other people from all types of schools, you become more open. So it's maybe when he was in Fez, he was more strict. But when he went and he met all types of people, he was open actually, and he has to be open. So we beginners can't do that. Barakallahu fikum. Yes, of course. The beginner can't choose whatever he wants to say because he's a beginner. But when he becomes capable and he studies and he sees and he can understand the differences between opinions, he can choose the most accepted opinion, as scholars do. Yes. Okay, I asked a question above, Sheikh. When you get the chance, barakallahu fik, you ask a question. Okay, let me see the question again. Can you repeat the question because I didn't see it? Brother Iyad, please repeat the question because I didn't see it. I didn't manage to pay attention to it. Brother Iyad? Above the question about how did Sheikh pass away, I answered it. I answered that question. I said, how did Sheikh pass away? Just repeat the question without how did, I can't see a question. I just see that you participate with me. There is no question, brother. There is no question, brother. Just repeat it again. Is the Shaykh saying the stronger opinion is qabd? Yes. Yes. And he used to do qabd. When he was in Fez, he used to do qabd under his cap. His cap, like this. Or when he's near people, he just leaves his hand because laymen won't understand. But when he used to pray in his house with his family, he used to do qabd. And all the Kettanis do qabd, and they have several books about qabd, and they were one of the oldest supporters of qabd in Morocco. So he says that the true madhab is al-mashhur wal-rajih is al-qabd. And he wrote the book about that, and his brother Abdurrahman bin Ja'far wrote a book about that, and several students and other members of his family wrote books about that, like Imam Muhammad al Kettani. Sheikh Abdul Hayy wrote a very big book about that in 2 volumes, and it's now going to be published. It's going to be published these days. It's published actually. It's going to appear these days. So he used to say it's stronger and it's inside the madhab the strongest and mashhur, because the mashhur are 2 ones. Some say al-sadl, some say al-qabd. But he's saying no, al-mashhur is al-qabd, not sadl. So I think this is enough for today. Thank you very much for being patient with me. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. If you have any question later, you can mention it in the WhatsApp group.